Alright, this is John Colo with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and what we're going to do is we're going to answer a question I've been getting a lot lately. It's, John, what's the difference between the Omega VSJ843Q and the Omega VSJ843R? You know, everybody thinks because it's a Q or an R, wait, what came first, the Q or the R? QRS, alright? So people think that like the R is a better one or the Q is a better one because it came later, before. Well, anyways, Omega basically has a different model number for the different machines. Because they are all are Omega VSJ843s are all identical, the letters that come after the model number mean a few things. Either you got a Q or you got an R as the next letter. What that simply means is whether the machine is a cube, spelled with a Q, so Q-U-B-E, cube, like a square, or it's R, meaning round. It's more rounded, right? That's the only difference between the machines. We'll kind of talk about more about this in a second. And then finally, the next letter could be an S, could be an R, or could be a W. And what does that mean? That stands simply for the color of the machine. So the Q model, or the squared off model, comes in the silver, the white, and the red. Meanwhile, the Omega VSJ843R only comes in the red and the silver. It is not available in white. Alright, so, you know, both these machines are some of the highest rated single auger vertical juicers at this time. It's the best vertical juicer for juicing greens. It's gotten the highest yields in my testing. I mean, it does great at most things it juices. It creates the lowest amount of pulp in the juice for any vertical slow juicer. That has been a challenge with all vertical slow juicers at this point. People complain like, it puts a lot of pulp in the juice, and all vertical juicers do put more pulp in the juice than other kind of juicers, especially if you come from one of those high-speed centrifugal ejection machines. Sounds like an airplane taking off in your kitchen, because those generally produce a low pulp. Now this will have, you know, more pulp than that, but, you know, not a whole lot more. And it's also a very fine pulp that I like a lot, because this machine is very efficient at grinding up the produce and extracting all the nutrients out of it. So in my test, you know, in general, it gets a little more high yield than the other machines of the same category out there. And a few other things I really like about the VSJ before we get into the specific differences between these two guys is that it's really quiet. Here's the white model. Turn it on, you could even barely hear it's running. This is the quietest juicer that I've ever tested to date. It's amazing. You barely even know it's there. That's the Q model. Let's go ahead and check out the R model. Pretty much, I mean, the same amount of loudness, both very quiet. Now this is due to the 43 RPM, or RPM stands for revolutions per minute. This is how fast the machine spins around. This is really low and slow, so this is considered a slow juicer. Most other vertical slow juicers run at 60 to 80 RPMs, which is not a whole big of a difference. But these run a lot slower. Another thing that makes a difference is that this does not have a gear to drive the screen, because the screen is now being driven actually by the auger. Up in the top, these little wings drive the automatic cleaning blades, kind of like the windshield wipers in your car that keep your windshield wipers clean. These blades keep the screen clean. In addition, the VSJ actually has a nice auto cleaning feature. When you're done juicing, you're going to basically plug this plug, fill it up with water up to here, let it run around a little bit, and then undo the plug. It'll dislodge a lot of the you know, caked on juice, get some of the extra pulp out, so it'll make cleaning a lot easier. Another unique thing is that this actually has twin wings here. As it comes around, it helps to cut the produce you know, 2 times as fast as a normal single auger juicer that has only one opening slot. So that's kind of cool. The other thing is the pulp path, so I want you to be aware that every time you're done juicing, if you turn the auger over, there will be pulp underneath the auger, because the pulp path is unique on this style machine. Basically, it goes in, it gets crushed, it gets squeezed, comes down, the juice is squeezed out, then the pulp actually goes up and underneath the auger, and then basically the force of that presses it out of the ejection port. So yes, there will pretty much always be some pulp left over underneath the auger, and this is completely normal. Oh, the other thing that's really cool about the VSJ juicers, no matter which one you get, it's a long 15-year warranty. The 15-year warranty is the longest warranty in the juicing industry, and I want to encourage you guys to get a juicer with a long warranty. You know, if you get a juicer at your local department store, which you're free to do, it's going to have a short 90-day, maybe 1-year warranty if you're lucky. These guys are like, you know, you're getting the top of the line. It's like you're getting the Mercedes versus you're getting the Yugo or the Hyundai, right? You're going to get a really good machine that's going to last a long time, because think about it, you know, to me the warranty, I mean, this machine is an investment. And what is an investment in? It's an investment in your health. Your health is your greatest wealth, in my opinion. When I was younger, I almost lost my life. And, you know, I really take my life seriously. And if I got to buy a juicer, you know, to increase my health so that I could be around here to have fun longer and have the best health ever, I'm going to do it, right? And then now, this machine is guaranteed for the next 15 years against manufacturer's defects. So if it does break, you could call Omega up, get the replacement parts, get the machine fixed at no cost to you. So you have to keep buying replaceable, you know, junk, like at the local department store. We've all bought that junk that you buy it, and you know, you guys get what you pay for. You get a cheap juicer, right? It's going to break down. It's not going to work the best. I mean, right now, in my opinion, the VSJ is the top of the class in the vertical slow juicers in terms of yield and quietness. And until something better comes out, this is the one that I'm actually using the most often in my very kitchen. All right, so let's go ahead and get into comparing the specifics about these. So check it out. People are wondering, is one different than the other? Okay, here's the top half of this one. Here's the top half of this one. We can switch them. Got to line up the little motor shafts there, and look, turn it on, works. These are totally identical. I mean, I could take these apart piece by piece, but come on. Look at that. Same exact thing. They fit on each other. Now, you know, the thing that is different on these machines is the footprint. As you guys can see, this is a lot more beefier. Some might like this look better because it looks more like a traditional coffee maker, and I recommend you guys throw away your coffee maker. Coffee is one of the worst things you could be putting into your body in the morning, in my opinion. One of the best, of course, is the fresh fruit and vegetable juices you can be making with your very own Omega VSJ843. The main difference between these guys, and here's the user manual. This is a really nice user manual. You can see the user manual is the same for the R and the Q model. I mean, you get the same one. They have a few, you know, recipes in the back of the book, and the registration card, and all this kind of stuff. And you definitely want to be reading your instruction manual. Also, be sure to check my videos for proper use instructions, the things that aren't explained in the instruction manual. But the thing that's mainly different about these two is the size. So if we look at the heights are about identical. Nothing different there. But I want you guys to look at the, you know, from the top down, right, on both these guys here. Look at that. Okay, you guys can see that one definitely is a little bit larger, has a larger footprint. Let's go ahead and look at the bottoms if you guys want to see that too, right? Who else does this on their YouTube videos about juicers? Nobody. Alright, so yeah, here's the bottoms on these guys. You can see the bottoms. Once again, you know, a little bit different. The motors in there are identical. They're about the same heaviness. The switch is a little bit different. This actually has a nice larger switch. I really have come to like this switch a lot because it is a rectangular switch. Positive traction. Works very well. On the back of this machine, the switch is round, so that's one of the differences. Otherwise, once again, the motors are identical. As you guys saw, the footprint is different, and that's the main thing. So the VSJ843Q is going to be a little bit bigger. So if we're just measuring the bottom, and we're measuring the area from the side here, it's approximately 7 and 5/8 inches one direction, and then it goes about 8 1/4 inches approximately the other direction. And as you guys know, the height is the same. Next, let's go over to the VSJ843R. Once again, the footprint is much smaller, so if you're trying to save space, you know, I would definitely go for the R model. This one is actually about 8 1/2 one direction, so that's actually longer in one of the directions. but this direction is basically 7 inches. So as you guys saw, the VSJ843R takes less counter space than the Omega VSJ843Q. Now which one should you get? You know, that's up to you. It depends on what kind of styling you like, you know. I mean, this is the one I use in my house actually. I don't use this one because I actually like the on and off switch in the front. It's a little bit more convenient than having to reach around the back of my countertop to hit the switch. Makes it a little bit more easy access, so I kind of think the Q model is more functional from that aspect, but I kind of like that this does not take up as much counter space. You know, I mean, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you could go either way. You're both going to get the same high quality juice at the 43 RPMs, and you get the highest yield, you know, that I've achieved on leafy greens on any vertical slow juicer to date. I guess that's pretty much the end of this video. To sum it up, these machines are identical except for the footprint, except for the plastic casing. The motors are identical. Oh, yeah, the switches are a little bit different. And like you guys saw, you guys got the dimensions. The height's the same. Let me go ahead and give you guys the heights on these guys in case you need that too, since the heights are identical on both machines. The height's approximately right at 15.5 inches, so this is going to sit under your standard 16-inch, you know, countertop height, you know, that most Americans have. I mean, these machines have worked great for me. I love them a lot, and no matter if you go with the round or the cube, you're going to love it as long as you use it properly. Now, the one challenge I have had with the VSJ is on carrots. Be sure to check my past episodes. For the video I did juicing carrots in the VSJ to see some of the challenges that I've had with juicing carrots and how to overcome them when using the Omega VSJ843. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors. All right, hello everybody. My name is John Kohler, and today I'll be talking about 2 of my favorite TriBest products. These are the juicers. TriBest makes healthy living easy by allowing you to get more fresh fruits and fresh vegetables